So today we'll try something, and that is installing macOS 10 Yosemite on an unsupported Mac. This here is a Macbook late 2007. It started off its life as a mid 2027, but I swapped in a board of a late 27. Now these machines are officially not able to go higher than Lion, which is pretty old and outdated by now. But they made a utility called Mac Post Factor, which will allow you to install a later Mac OS than 10.7. I personally never had a lot of luck with this utility, though. It never really worked for me, but maybe on this machine it is different. So they recommend having at least 2 GB of RAM, which it has. Also they want internet connection, which it has, and a lot of free space, which it has. So next step is to put the installer into the programs folder, which is right here, OS 10 Yosemite installation, and you go from there. Then you just open up the Mac Post Factor. Sorry for the noise. And if you're asking, this could also do 10.11, but people have reported issues with 10.11 on this machine, so I'll stay away from 10.11 and go with Yosemite. Alright, let's click continue here. Continue. We'll here take Lion Disk, which is this Mac. Yosemite, because that's what we have. Press customize. What can we do? Yeah, we'll not update. We'll do a clean install. This will update OS 10 on selected disk. And you know what's fun? It says update DOS, which in normal person's logical, explanation would mean it updates the operating system. So it updates it to 10.10. But it doesn't. It actually just boots into a recovery of Lion in my case. Because I tried that before, it didn't work. So you can see this will update the Mac Post Factor components. Doesn't say anything about an operating system. So let's do clean install. And here you see this will update OS 10 on the selected disk. Now this is also weird that it says the files will remain intact, because I just checked clean install. So I don't know what they want, but for me a clean install is deleting everything, just operating system coming on new. So, but well, doesn't matter. Let's see, did this use a smaller recovery partition? No, will not, because I've got plenty of disk space and I don't want to mess up in any way, so we'll just go with the regular recovery. One click install. If checked, you will not be asked to reboot your computer or clicked or do anything. We also don't want that. I just want to have full control over this thing. As I said before, it didn't work. Alright. And yeah, this one can't be used because it apparently doesn't work with Yosemite up, so yeah, we'll not bother with this. Okay, so Lion Disk is our hard drive, or target drive. Let's click install. And asks us for the password, which we don't have here. And now we'll pull some files. I don't know which files. Probably some patch files for the system to work, like a modified bootloader or something. Modified kernel even. I don't know, guys, what is used with this. But it's currently creating a bs.dmg. Oh, that went faster than I thought. Okay, let's click on reboot your Mac then. And hope that it this time doesn't boot into a weird Lion recovery, which it did previously, as I said. But maybe I did something wrong, so I don't know. Let's see if the spinning wheel gets replaced by the loading bar. So that looks better now. OS 10 hackers, yes. Gotta take a photo for some friends of me, because that looks so cliche. That's exactly what they think I do all day. It's so fun. I send them stuff like that. Alright. But looking good, looking good. I'm a little more optimistic now that this could really work. So we have a working trackpad. And we have an Apple logo and the Yosemite loading bar, which looks really good, really good. So I'm just thinking, please don't kernel panic or don't do something weird. Just do your stuff, but don't crash or something. That's what it also still showed on the iMac. So I'm still a little anxious that something might go wrong here. This damn camera is always so slow on starting up. But you honestly didn't miss anything other than it took a reboot, which is something that the iMac also did, and it did this like loop where it would always go into here, then Apple logo, then creating recovery thing, then reboot, then go in here, Apple logo, and I just fear it's the same happening right now. You piece of shit. I knew it's not gonna work. I just knew it. So what I did now is I chose the recovery and it showed up as 10.5, which is good. Now all we want to know is, can we use this recovery to install like Yosemite just if it was a normal Mac? I don't know, guys. I don't even know if it boots up correctly. Oh boy. Oh, would you look at that? Unknown error occurred. See if we even have still a way of getting it to lie in, but I don't think so. Create recovery and line disk. Yeah, that's it. Right? That's all we can do. Alright, now that we successfully messed up our installation here, we'll have to find an alternative. And I think I've got an idea. So welcome to my MacBook Pro. So this is my free MacBook Pro, as you know, and it's already done a great amount of duties of creating USBs and all that, doing Mac data stuff that I need Mac for. That's really been a really useful system, actually. Alright, so I will just quickly get myself the Yosemite installer, because I have plenty of Mac OSs on this system, just not Yosemite. I have Catalina, El Cap, High Sierra, but not Yosemite, but it's not a problem. I got it all backed up on a server, so not a problem. So we're back here with Mac Post Factor. I formatted our USB we will use. It was also set to master boot record, so I changed that to GUID, because with MBR we're not gonna have a whole lot of luck on a Mac. Okay, so let's do it again. We got here, no, not this one. No. On an external one, please. Yes. Alright. Because this one is already running Yosemite, so we don't have to do anything. What is all of this stuff? Alright, so apparently EFI 32 is most old Macs, and EFI 64 is for MacBook 3.1, which I have. OMG, and that has a 64-bit EFI. How is it that a MacBook from 2007 has a 64-bit EFI, but a MacBook Pro doesn't? How is that? I don't know. Okay. So here we have our copying process, and I like what the developers wrote there. Why not take a break away from your Mac and have a cup of coffee instead? That's exactly what I'll do. Will it work? Yeah, we'll see. I've already been here. So this is getting a little bit on my nerves. I am now creating the USB again, recreating it. Why? Well, because surprise, surprise, 64-bit EFI is not the case on this. So I don't know what they wrote in there, but it's just bullshit. It's stupid. So maybe Apple has like also MacBook 3,1 models with later model years or something. I don't fucking know. But what I know is that I now also tripped over that cable before and messed it up again, and so I'm doing it again. And yeah, I'm a little pissed off, but it's all my fault, so yeah, whatever, right? Nobody to blame other than me. But yeah, also it wouldn't do anything. It would just not do anything. It would just go right back to the old hard drive. So yeah, hopefully this time the whole waiting is not for nothing. This is just absolutely fucking unbelievable. What this guy does right now is it boots again from the hard drive, and even though I checked the USB, it probably thinks there is... It gets confused with this stuff it has already on the hard drive. So... because I can hear the hard drive working around, and this is so annoying. Now it will pop up again with the recovery thing. Yeah, there we go. Well, I have to delete it. I have to format the hard drive and just make sure that that's empty and it doesn't get confused by that. So there's nothing else you can boot into now. An empty hard drive. So what are you gonna do now? Nice white screen you got there. Not really confidence inspiring here. Alright, of course it didn't work. So let's reset the PRAM. Maybe that helps, you know. I don't know what to do anymore. I'll just, if this now doesn't work, which it of course will not, I'll do one last USB creation and just try with the 64-bit EFI again, because yes, I checked and this is most certainly a MacBook 3,1, so maybe that's required now. I don't know, but all I know is there's nothing on the hard drive, so let's try to boot from it again. It's just again gonna show us the white screen, I know that, but it recognizes it, and when I boot from it, nothing, just white. Alright, back to the drawing board, or better back to the MacBook Pro. This is so annoying. Why did I start doing this? Well, first I didn't really bother on turning the camera on because I again expected the white screen of doom, but oh, look at that. We at least got an Apple logo. So that could be an indication of that we did something right. I just hope it doesn't, get stuck at something. Or if that recovery utility thing comes back, which would suck. But yeah, we'll see. And have to make sure that I don't mess with this cable here too much, because of that! Now we were a live witness. I really like MagSafe. I think it's a great invention. But in case like where the battery doesn't work and when you got all this stuff next to you, it's kind of risky. But hey, what's a couple of minutes of boot time now that we already wasted so many hours today? And we didn't even get anything started yet. It was just about to boot, so no worries there. Oh my god, is this really a macOS 10 Yosemite installation screen on this MacBook, even with somewhat smooth graphics? Really? Is that really happening? I can't... I can't believe that's not it's not happening actually. It's probably me dreaming. No, all jokes aside, I think we finally made it, and that looks pretty promising now. This disc is fine. Well, that's great that this disc is fine. So, without further ado, even though I checked German, it's English again. But hey, I understand English too. So without further ado, let's click install, and that starts the installation. Oh my god, that was the easiest installation I've started in a long time. Just click install and that's it. Well guys, this install, it's nice that it's finally done and working, but you see the graphics? Wow. Yeah, they are for sure not accelerated, and yeah, this sucks. I mean, that makes this whole project just useless, because not accelerated graphics is nothing anybody would want. I mean, check it out. This is just lagging. Holy. Oh my god, and we got missing stuff, and it's just recognized as monitor 6 megabytes. Oh gosh. Yeah, that is really this is really nothing anybody would want to use at all. I mean, it's cool that it's finally on there and it essentially works, just it's not very useful. So I did a little bit of research, and maybe I was just being a little too pessimistic. I found a Kext. I didn't expect they had a Kext for X3100 GPUs, GMAs, and so I got it, and I will now test it. Yeah, great, now we get the Beach Ball of Doom. What is it now? Don't want to boot anymore or what? This goddamn MacBook. It's just the best to stay online, I guess. If you don't want super annoying stuff happening all the time. So I copied the files, and here in the README file it says the Intel GPU is used by following Apple models: MacBook 3,1, such as this, 4,1, 4,2, and MacBook Air 1,1. And so yeah, what we should do is, according to here, run install admin parser hazard is needed to install the kernel extensions. I don't know about any kernel extensions, guys. I just don't know. I will just, guys, I'll just double click install and then hope it doesn't screw up the system, because I just spent so many hours creating it. But without this graphics driver, it's basically useless, so I need to do this risk, and now no such file. And just because it's so conveniently here, if somebody asks why can't you run, for example, Sierra and High Sierra or so on this, well, see for yourself. Here, for example, we have the CPU features, and it has no SSE4. We got SSE, SSE2, SSE3, but no SSE4, and that is what later macOSs require. So unfortunately, these Merom processors, they can't go higher because they don't have that instruction set. So yeah, unfortunately, the end is with 1011. and it's currently updating the system cache files. So yeah, it's doing something. It's not just frozen up. That's good. So here we have our install Intel KMA X3100 text, and so when this is done, I will reboot it into single user mode and enter this command here, and that should make this change permanent. So here we are. We got bash going, so we are in a shell here. It's basically macOS without the graphic user interface. We can type something, that's good. So let's type. Oh, that's gonna be so fun with the German keyboard again, because apparently, yep, it's of course American layout, but we'll get it done. Okay, we got it shut down, and now let's see if that works. I like how it said CPU halted. That's like so cool to see that this modern OS still, you know, does that, and you can read it. Obviously every OS does it, but that you can actually read that, the CPU halt instruction. It's kind of cool. Alright. So now let's see if it worked. I have no idea, guys. What is that? What is that? We got now 2 loading symbols, and both are stuck. Awesome. Well, YouTube, here you have it. A frozen up install. I have tried resetting the PRAM. I've tried all different things, but no. DiskHex has finished it off. This will not do anything anymore, so yeah, I guess we're done here. And first I have really thought, why even bother uploading this? I mean, this is full of fail. Why even bother with that? But then I thought, you know what? I will upload it because it just happens to be the case, the reality of doing such things. Exactly that. Wasting hours and hours and hours creating these fucking boot sticks all the time here, and then just getting nowhere basically. So yeah, here you go. This is the reality, and this is what these tutorial guys never tell you, that it's just not so fun actually when something doesn't work out the way it should. But oh well. I tried it. It's an unsupported machine. I get it. And I might try a different operating system. You know, maybe 10.9 is a better option because it's still the old style macOS or what. I don't know, guys. Maybe that's a better idea for this. But what I'll definitely do is just close this up and be done with it for today. So, nevertheless, I hope you hopefully got some enjoyment out of this, and I will see you in the next video.